Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast. Today we're going to do a little different style of crochet. We're going to do some basic introduction to Tunisian crochet. I personally am not a fan of it. I'm going to show you just some basic cast on and how to do your Tunisian basic stitch. We'll get into a few others later on down the road, but for today's tutorial, I am going to just show you how to get started. Also, I'm going to show you how to use a regular crochet hook versus a Tunisian style crochet hook and what the difference is. So that way, if you would like to play around with it and see if this is something you're interested in doing or not before going out and purchasing a Tunisian style crochet hook. Now, there are different styles of Tunisian crochet hooks. They're also known as Afghan hooks. You can get them without a stopper at the end. Like this looks like a straight knitting needle, just has a crochet hook at the end. You can get them with a cord attachment, and that gives you even more room to play with your amount of stitches and how big your project is. If you're using just one of these straight with the stopper at the end, you're kind of limited. You can get a lot on there, but you're kind of limited. And then you have to work, pieces together. So for today's tutorial, I'm just using some cotton that I had laying around. I think this is a peaches and cream, I believe. It feels like it. And now there's a couple different ways you can cast on. It's whatever works best for you. I'm going to start by showing you how to use your regular crochet hook and just a few stitches to kind of get you started and see whether this is something you're even interested in or not. And then we'll move into using a regular Tunisian style crochet hook. So I'm going to go with the fact that you probably already know how to do a slip knot. If you don't, there are tutorials within this channel that will show you how to do the slip knot and a chain. And I'm just going to chain about 10 stitches to demonstrate on a regular crochet hook how to do the Tunisian style crochet. Okay, so let's go ahead and chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, you really don't want more stitches than the straight part of the shaft of your crochet hook. We're going to get by with just this for now because, like I said, this is just so that way you can see if this is even something you want to do. I've done it a few times, few different stitches, and it just wasn't my cup of tea, but it might be yours. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my hook this way. We're going to skip that first stitch there, and we're just going to go into the next chain, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Scoot that loop down, go to your next chain, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. And I'm going to zoom in so that way you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. And next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, scoot that loop down. Now you want these loops to be fairly loose so that way you can slide your hook back and forth in these loops very easily. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and just continue going on until you've exhausted all of the chains. Just like this. So all we're doing is adding a bunch of stitches. These loops will be stitches. Okay, so now I've come to the last one I'm going to go ahead and count these 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so we have 10 stitches on our hook. Now here's where we're going to make this back pass, or go back through these stitches, creating a full stitch. So now you're going to yarn over and chain 1. That starts your next row, which is the row you are getting ready to do. Now yarn over and go through 2 stitches. Yarn over and go through 2 more. And you're going to continue doing this same thing all the way to the end till you have a loop on your hook. So yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2 more. Yarn over, go through 2. And yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. And yarn over, go through the last 2. You now have 1 loop left on your hook, and you have all of these vertical stitches going up and down like such. And now we're going to work back through just like we worked on the chain. The only difference is we're going through the side here. Those vertical stitches, that's what you're going through. So insert your hook from right to left through that first vertical strand, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Now we're working on our next row. So we're going to go across to the next vertical strand, put your hook under it, yarn over, and pull up a loop. And continue across, going under the strand, yarning over, and pulling up a loop. When you've got to the end of this little swatch that we're doing here, you should have 10 loops on your hook. So we're going to continue going through the side, yarning over, and pulling up a loop. Insert your hook from the side, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Insert your hook from the side, yarn over, pull up a loop. From the side, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook from the side, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Now if we look, we've got all of those stitches that were vertical used, and you should have 9 stitches at this point. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Now we need to go into this chain that's on the very side that we did on our last row. So you're going to want to go into that chain, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Now you have 10 loops on your hook, and we're going to go ahead and chain 1 and bring our loop up. That gets us set up for this row in height. Now we're going to yarn over and go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. And continue doing that across. Yarn over, go through 2. 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 Yarn over, go through 2, and yarn over, go through the last 2. Okay, so that is just your basic 2 passes. You're going across to the left and back to the right. You're adding loops and you're removing loops off your hook. So that is how you would do it using just a crochet hook, to see if you even want to get into Tunisian crochet. Now, I really highly recommend being loose when you do this. Otherwise, your swatch here is going to curl up, and it's going to be very hard to get your hook in and out of those stitches. Okay, So I'm going to go ahead and undo this, and we're going to pick up our Tunisian style crochet hook, and we're going to start again. We're going to do the exact same thing, just using the Tunisian crochet hook. Okay, so we have our loop on our hook. That is our slip knot. You're going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you're going to turn your work. Again, same exact thing. We're skipping that very first stitch because technically I now have that stitch with the loop on my hook. We're going to go into the next chain and pull up a loop. Just like we did on the regular crochet hook, you're going through each chain and pulling up a loop. So I'm going to go ahead and work across each of these chains until they have all been used. Oops. Like that. You should have 10 loops on your hook. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And we're going to do it exactly like we did on the crochet hook. You're going to yarn over and chain 1. And now yarn over and go through 2. Yarn over and go through 2 more. Yarn over, go through 2 more. Yarn over, go through 2 more. And continue working just like we did before. Just showing you that it's the exact same thing, and you can test out whether you even want to do this or not by using one of your standard crochet hooks. And all the way to this very last one. And as you see, we still have those vertical strands. We're going to go back through just like we did on the crochet hook. You're going to go through the side of that stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop. The next one, yarn over, pull up a loop. All the way to the end. Now this Tunisian crochet hook is on the larger size compared to the crochet hook that I was using. But it all works exactly the same. Okay, so I've used all of the sides of those stitches. I should have 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. And now I'm going to go through the side of that single crochet. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Sorry. And I pulled up a loop. Now I'm just going to chain 1. And again, work the same thing. Yarn over and go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2 more. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2 more. Continue working across until you have 1 loop left on your hook. Like that. And now we'll look at it and you can see that it's exactly the same. As if you did it on the crochet hook. So there's no need to go out and buy a specific tool to see if it's anything you want to try. You can just grab a regular aluminum crochet hook and chain up a few stitches and work through them just like I have, and see if that's something that you even want to try. So that is a basic, very, very, very basic Tunisian crochet using a regular crochet hook and a Tunisian Afghan hook. I hope that you have enjoyed this quick little tutorial on how to Tunisian crochet. If you have, please hit that thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Be blessed and be a blessing.